In sports, we have seen greatness. In my lifetime, I have seen perhaps the greatest player in each sport. Wayne Gretzky was at the end of his career in my childhood, as was Michael Jordan. I have grown up watching LeBron James. Albert Pujols, now a shell of what he once was, might have been the best pure player ever. Tom Brady has dominated the NFL for much of my teenage to adult life. But as we move forward, as these players near the end of the storied careers, I begin to wonder, have we seen the last of the megastars in wrestling? For decades they have been periods that were dominated by one single figure. That didn't mean there weren't other greats of the time, but there were always huge undeniable names. Whether it was Hulk Hogan, or Steve Austin, or John Cena, there was a megastar to be found. Is that changing? Before we dive into wrestling, let's look at how this has affected other sports. Basketball, whether you like him or not, LeBron is the biggest star this sport may have ever seen. He will always be compared to Michael Jordan, much the same way Jordan was compared to the greats before him. In any situation with a comparison of players, there will be arguments on both sides. I'm sure the LeBron detractors will mock me for saying he was better than MJ, but there is a case to be made. I will not go down this rabbit hole and bore you with stats and subjective claims that LeBron has more range or is a better man on the glass. Any NBA fan will make their own opinion. Statistics can be bent and twisted in manners that can stress or weaken any point made. That is a different subject for a different time, but what we can agree on is this: LeBron James is the biggest star in the NBA. It is not out of the realm of possibility that he may be the last star of his caliber. While he makes his home in Cleveland, a small market, he makes headlines with whatever he does. He is the sole challenger for the throne of the NBA, with Golden State sitting atop of the basketball kingdom. He is the only star in the NBA that can turn a lottery pick team into a title contender by himself. When or if LeBron leaves Cleveland, the Cavaliers, despite the talents of Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, will go back to contending for the #1 pick in the draft. He is the last NBA player left that can prevent this from happening. When LeBron leaves the NBA, the association will have an inescapable void that no one man can fill. Hawkeye, there may have never been a talent before, and certainly not once since, like Wayne Gretzky. He was the best player, not just of a generation, but in a lifetime. His ability has been unmatched in any sport. Secretariat in horse racing and maybe Michael Phelps in swimming are close. He was the very definition of dominance when the Great One hung up his skates in the Big Apple. The NHL, and the sporting landscape as a whole, fell greatly. Say what you will about Alexander Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby, but the two of them combined could not tape number 99 stick. I can continue heaving superlatives his way. No words cannot do justice to just how great Gretzky was. Perhaps the biggest indictment on Gretzky was that when he was traded from Edmonton to Los Angeles, the Canadian Parliament had a motion on the floor.